in their first televised game of the season. But they faced the sternest defence and their sternest test. Clarendon College. Old Harbour High. Issa, Wata, the Costa Cup action starts right now.
What a performance in extra time! That is it! They will celebrate long in the symbol of schoolboy football supremacy in the island of Jamaica.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Football Field in the parish of Clarendon as we kick off the quarterfinals of the Walter da Costa Cup competition. Seven-time champions and favourites Clarendon College welcome Old Harbour High School. My name is Shawana Banks. It is 30 degrees Celsius here in Clarendon at Juicy Park. We're having some slight drizzle, but we're hoping that the rain will stay away so that we can really appreciate what is about to happen here today. All right, now Clarendon College, if you know anything about schoolboy football this season, this is a school that has everyone talking. All eyes are on them. But first, they have to get by this hurdle in Old Harbour High School.
College are now officially the favourites for the Costa Cup following the elimination of defending champions Racine High. They are the highest remaining seeded team in the competition. Expectations this season were high even before a ball was kicked. They have the likes of Premier League caliber players Nick Daly and Lamar Walker in their ranks, and their experience may put Clarendon College over the edge.
You know, we just have to keep them grounded, as I say, and make them remain humble and just train hard, you know. I think he went with Cavaliers the other day, Nick Daly, and he did well. Lamar is now with Portmore, so they are gaining experience and they only can come and help the team and just pass what they learn overseas to these young players coming in.
Clarendon College are now one of two teams with a 100% win record this season. Coach Lenny Hyde has asked why he thinks this team is special.
What's special is what we did last year, and most of these players were here and they see it. We have the under 16 players stepping up to the fore now, and they see what we did last year, and they love how we train. They love everybody is here. The camp is buzzing, excitement in the camp, and we just have to go out there and perform.
Hyde is still basking in the glory of his first schoolboy football title last season after winning the Ben Francis Cup final. But his eyes are very much focused on the main prize, the Da Costa Cup, after failing in the final last season.
Our team was a passing team and we play good football, but that alone don't win trophy. You know, we need that extra bite in the team. We need a leader that would stood up and fight right through the end. When Rossi's threw that at us, I didn't think we handled it well. So we want that type of player in the team with that winning mentality and a leadership quality that will carry you right through to the top. It's not the talented team that wins all the while.
Old Harbour High stands in their way as the quarter-final round begins. They have been stingy at the back, conceding 2 goals in 10 matches. And they were able to get by plucky opponents at Mary High in the second round.
Johnny Russell on the right for Old Harbour, sends it across, picked up properly. It's a big chance for Old Harbour! Finally, for Donovan Clark and this Old Harbour team, they get what they deserve. Clark was his 3rd goal this season, and it's a crucial one.
Will Old Harbour provide the challenge for Clarendon College finally this season?
The rain is coming down here at Juicy Park, but we are expecting some heat on the pitch. Dwight Jeremiah and Donald Oliver, take it away.
Thanks, Shawana. Well, considered to be the golden standard in the parish of Clarendon, the highest remaining seed in the competition. This is Clarendon College as we know them. Last year they were beaten in the final. Last year they won the Ben Francis Cup. This year they have been perfect so far. All wins to their names. But they face a capable defensive unit in Old Harbour High. They've only shipped in a couple of goals, Old Harbour, and one would suspect that, at least based on paper, that they should be stubborn against this Clarendon College unit. Your thoughts, Dwight?
I think it's going to be similar to the game we saw in the curtain raiser here. where it's defense against attack. And Old Harbour, as you said earlier, they only concede 2 goals in 10 games, but they're up against, and they're going to be under pressure, they're up against a team in Clarendon College that has scored 47 goals in 10 games. Now that's jaw-dropping in terms of the attacking prowess of this team, and the ranking suggests that it's about 21 places between them. It could be that sort of day for Old Harbour today. If they're not careful, it could be damage limitation, especially against this team playing at home in front of a packed ground.
As we take a look at the captains here, that's Malawi Fowler on the left, the captain of Old Harbour, and on the right back for Clarendon College, Tajay Brown. You've heard quite a bit about this Clarendon College unit as we take a look at the officials in charge of this second game. Leon Brown, the man in charge of this game, assisted by Dennis Spencer and Ibex Stevenson. Paritan Biza will be the 4th official. What have you heard about the CC team?
Oh, it's all good. It's all glowing praises for this team. They're said to be very efficient. They're very easy on the eye, and as such, we expect a crisp display from them. As you heard their coach, he's saying that it's not just about winning the game. He wants to entertain, and I like that type of coach. I really do.
Old Harbour High's starting lineup: Kimani Alwood in goal. In front of him will be marshaled by Stefan Officer, Jaden Grinnan, Brian Cole, Malawi Fowler, of course, the captain, Fabian Prince at left wing back, Najee Garwood, Roger Page up top, Donovan Clark, Anthony Brown, and Michael McKenzie. And it's now time to take a look at this Clarendon College unit. It's a strong one on paper, inclusive of 2 players who ply their trade in the Red Stripe Premier League as well. Tafari Chambers in goal. In front of him, Earl Simpson, Sanjay Williams, Duran Panton, Tajay Brown, the skipper, of course, Kenmore Studhad, Javel Ellis. Eyes on Lamar Walker, their number 13, as well as Niku Daly. Squad, the starting lineup completed by Roderick Granville and Ricardo McIntosh.
Well, the Old Harbour team, they've said to play the 4-5-1 system, and in that case they're coming up against the 4-3-3 system of Clarendon College. With previous time when we've seen Old Harbour, they have in this system allowed their fullbacks to get forward. I do not anticipate that happening today a whole lot.
Well, we're off here at Juicy Field, and if this is any indication, it's going to be attack against defense based on what we've seen in the opening seconds here. Old Harbour, they don't mind giving up possession at all.
No, they're very comfortable without the ball, and so we expect Clarendon College to have the bulk of the lion's share of the possession, but that won't faze Old Harbour at all. They are quite comfortable defending. But it's going to be interesting to see how they deploy their fullbacks, who were very much a part of their attacking play in the second round. Prince was very much in their attacking game the last time. Let's see if he gets forward on this left side.
The ball of field looking for Granville. They are coming forward, Clarendon College, and Old Harbour, they're managing to clear. There's a start for the Old Harbour defense there.
As I said, Donald, if they're not careful, it could be damage limitation.
Every player in the starting lineup for Clarendon College, with the exception of the goalkeeper and their central defensive midfielder, has scored in the Costa Cup this season.
How do you stop a team like that? I mean, you can have a plan for a player or two, but the entire team, I mean, I just don't see it happening here. But we've seen stranger things happen, and that's why we love this game so much. You think it's zero pressure on this Old Harbour team here today. I mean, very few is expecting them to come away with anything.
They should be as free as a bird. Ball played upfield. Looking for Granville again. Walker trying to run onto that one. And here's Granville trying to make his way through. First time that you're seeing Clarendon College on your screens this season. You can judge to see if they are championship quality. The shot by McIntosh deflected away for a corner.
And if you look at it just now, Donald, in attack, you only had about 3 players back. Everybody else was in attack. I mean, that's the confidence of this team.
Uriel McGee is in charge of this Old Harbour unit. Corner kick for Clarendon College. Not a bad delivery at the back post, headed away by Donovan Clark.
And you can see that for Old Harbour, there was 1 player up front. There was about 5 Clarendon players around him. And I think the storyline or the script is, it's unfolding before our eyes. We're not going to get much from them going forward. At least in the early stages.
Remember that their number 7, Fabian Prince, plays in the left wing-back role. But he has to do a lot of running today, although I would suspect that much of that running will be in his own half.
I suspect. I don't see him doing what he did in the last game
against St. Mary High.
Yes, he was always going forward. He's going to have a lot of work to do.
Here's Lamar Walker. That's a delightful ball to McIntosh. Nick Udeli asking for it, couldn't beat the second defender. So imagine that Walker and Nick Udeli last season both scored over 40 goals combined for this Clarendon College unit. They went all the way to the Costa Cup final. This delivery inside the area, it's not bad at all. And it has to be powered away. Granville, I like the start by the striker. He's been able to move and to work his way into space, and he was in the right place at that occasion.
He has been left, he has been right, he has been through the middle so far. And we're just in the early stages of this game.
Probably not just going wide.
I think it was just going wide, but it certainly had the interest of the goalkeeper. He wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, Alwood making sure that he's taking no chance here. This one is swung inside, and the header is wide.
I can't fault the spectator for thinking that one went in. Saw the net rippling there, just the side netting.
Javel Ellis was there, I believe.
They're sharp.
Well, it's been all Clarendon College in the first 5 minutes of this one.
And I suspect Stets is sitting and watching as well.
Walker looking for options. Finds Tajay Brown, the skipper.
This Stets team will press too, because this Clarendon College team will press too. If you look at the back line, they're really high.
Floated one inside. The keeper calls for it, misses it. Comes through to McIntosh. Was he brought down? He gets up quickly, but he cannot regain the possession. It's a goal kick to Old Harbour. Oh, their hearts must have been in their mouths just now.
I think it's just one touch too much. The goalkeeper flaps at it. In fairness to him, he could have struck it with the left, but there was a small angle there of the goal, and he was trying to put it on the right where the goal was much bigger.
Well, once that one bounced, it was always going to be difficult to take that shot on the half volley, I felt. The surface is so hard. I mean, it's drizzling now, but the surface really is hard, and it would have been almost next to impossible for him to take the shot. There's Junior Samuels. He's the head coach of Clarendon College. Leonard Hyde remains the technical director. Lejean Thomas once occupied that spot before he switched sides and went to Lennon High.
Well, I guess he wants a little bit more work.
And freedom.
True. He doesn't have to contend with a technical director. Is that what you say? They look very comfortable on that Clarendon bench. I think they feel that this one should be easy for them.
They're expecting to fly out of this group, Clarendon College.
And so do a lot of us.
Walker collects. Finds Durant Canton. Walker, the distributor-in-chief, looking for that option always. Put into touch by Anthony Brown.
As I said, a lot of that. You're going to expect a lot of that from this whole Harbour team today.
Malawi Fowler sends a long ball looking for Roger Page. Back there is Sanjay Williams, centre back who already has a couple of goals to his name. They do come from everywhere, the goals. Old Harbour with the possession. Michael McKenzie trying to make his way forward. Ran into some traffic there. There's a whistle on the play and the foul on Lamar Walker. Clarendon College outside of Old Harbour. They're playing today. They have to contend with Manchester High and St. James High. Did I say that they're going to come out of this group flying?
I think
if they come out of this group flying,
then they're firmly installed as favourites.
There you go.
Interesting one there will be the game against them and Manchester High, who are also considered by many to be having title credentials this season.
I don't really want to sneeze at the prospect of St. James High as well.
They know what it takes to win at a championship. They were in the group with Cornwall College and were being put under some pressure.
That group is really difficult. Cornwall College with the likes of Garvin Maceo, Glenn Muir and the Charlie Munns. Goodness me, where would you put your money on? Where would you put your money?
Many a times they talk about the zone or a group of death. I mean, it's a difficult one. Very difficult to call. You see a big name going out there. Or two.
Again, the ball played upfield to Granville. Nicky Daly was calling for it and it was charged down. Picked up again by Lamar Walker, who feigned. McIntosh trying to touch that one through again, but couldn't. Stoddard sending it back into the thick of things. Walker collects, twisting, turning, looking for the shot. Charged down once more, and it's picked up by Mackenzie. They'll do well to put it into touch.
See, Walker was just toying with the defenders there. He was just walking through.
Almost like a PlayStation game on easy there. Although it wasn't fruitful for him. Here's Nicky Daly. Oh, he has power. That's why they call him Power. But there wasn't a lot of power behind that shot from Power. But he does get the corner kick.
I think a cutback for Walker there was better. If he had gone back for that, Walker was free. He ran into the space because all the defenders had gone in line with the football. And we see it here. He just brushed the defender aside. And in the frame there, we saw Walker just for a cutback. But there's some mouth-watering cash to come across this busy end of the season.
Daly plays for Cavalier FC in the Red Stripe Premier League. Walker on the ball now, plays for Portmore United. Sent this one inside, and it's headed behind once more. It's another corner kick to Clarendon College.
It's a crucial header by the defender there.
It's a packed house at Juicy Field.
You wouldn't expect anything less.
All four corners going to Clarendon College. Not quite a surprising statistic.
You may not be surprised if you see that scoreline at the end of the game too.
Walker sends this one inside, headed away. Walker collecting it again. Not the best delivery now, but that wasn't the best clearance either. Granville. Now it's back to Walker, who's tripped up on the edge of the area. It's a free kick to Clarendon College in a dangerous position.
But here we get a chance to see another dimension of this team. We've seen that they're slick on the ball. We see that they're easy on the eye going forward. Well, let's see what they can conjure up from set pieces. He sold him the dunny and he bought it.
It's going to be all Walker here, I think. He's the one that's placing it. We've seen him score several free kicks, Lamar Walker.
Hampton seem to be taking some interest in it, but it seems really good to be Walker.
I'm assuming it's a fleeting interest.
Certainly Walker not giving him the time of day.
Panton has scored a goal so far this season. Lamar Walker with 6 this season.
And that puts him, install him as the firm favourite.
You would think. It is Lamar Walker.
Just dragged that one wide. I think he was anticipating the wall to jump. I guess with Clarendon playing, he had to get the typical Clarendon weather coming.
It had to arrive. Jay Brown. Ellis trying to get here. Panton. Stoddard. Ellis. Ellis trying to get by a third defender. Stoddard gets a foot in there. He's running from an offside position. Roderick Granville. Just a lone man up front. He's going to have a long afternoon, I believe, Roger Page.
Long and lonely one.
He came on as a substitute in the last game against St. Mary High, and we thought that he impressed in that game, Roger Page.
I guess in that game he had a little better service too and would have had more company.
Oh, yes.
Today he's going to cut a lone figure.
And to be straightforward, they would have had a lot more ambition in that game.
A lot more. I guess he's up front because they have to show some interest, but it wouldn't be surprising to see 11 players behind the football for Hull Harbour. And interestingly too, 15 minutes gone and you haven't spoken about Prince marauding down the left side for Hull Harbour.
He's busy marking Granville, who's been giving him some work in this first half so far. There's some discussion taking place between the referee and his assistant.
The last game as well, we did see Fowler, the dreadlock, getting forward a lot of time.
But he's keeping tabs on one Ricardo McIntosh. Well, that's no glitch, folks. Clarendon College with 90% of the possession.
And I don't expect that to change anytime soon.
Clarendon College confidently going forward through Panton. It's with Ellis.
A lot of person would have expected 17 minutes gone. Hull Harbour possibly would have been behind, but their stats and record so far in the season has shown that they're very, very tight. They're watertight at the back.
Takes some level of discipline for you to be like that.
It's always difficult. I mean, especially with schoolboys, they always enjoy the attacking side of the game. And I've always said as a coach, you go to the training ground and you ask for all the attackers to be on your right and the defenders on your left. And you're heavily leaning over on the right side because they're dragging you down.
It's a beautiful shot of the rainbow there in the background. overlooking this field here at Juicy.
As colourful as the umbrellas we've seen out here.
Yeah. Panton. Here's Panton. Walker. Tajay Brown. Clearance made by Brian Cole. Here's Panton. Sends this one long. The keeper has his eyes on it and had to punch it at the last minute. CC in the ascendancy. Almost came across to Tajay Brown, who has found himself inside the box. Now it's sent into Nicky Daly, and the keeper calls straight and collects.
And Allwood did well there. He was under pressure, and he did well to get rid of that one. Always under pressure there from Brown, but he dealt with it quite well and thwart the danger. Small frame, but a brave goalkeeper he is.
The rain is coming heavier even.
And this is Clarendon. In all fairness, they have been leading heavily in the possession count, but the last 5 or so minutes has not been heavy attack on the whole Harbour goal.
Daly trying to turn, robbed. Brown, Walker, Ellis. They decide to switch the play now with Panton. Stoddard. Ellis trying to find Walker, and Old Harbour come away with it.
And this is where it gets difficult for Old Harbour. There's not much option for the player on the ball to go forward, and so it's going to be a lot of sideways or backwards movement. That means they will not be getting out of their half quite easily.
Will Clarendon College be able to penetrate this defence? They have to be patient. Ellis losing that one. Thought Stoddard was covering him. Old Harbour trying to go the other way. It's offside, I'm sure. It is.
Page is going to have to be very patient because and concentrate a whole lot, because there's not much that's going to come his way, but when it does come,
you have to be sharp.
He's going to have to be sharp. The rain just pouring down here. The skies have opened up.
And the sun has officially left us for the time being. Daly trying to get the shot off again, not a lot of power behind it.
Keeping the door shut, this Clarendon team. They're not going to emulate the sky and open up. It's going to be tight.
In another game, we can tell you that Frome defeated Magotty by a 1-0. Port Antonio leading Mile Gully by a 0-0. Mile Gully, of course, defeated Racees in the second round, as Daly trying to get on the end of that one. Charlemont trailing Cornwall College by a 0-0.
That's a good matchup there, the Cornwall and Charlemont. Should be a good game.
Ball over the top, looking for Lamar Walker, but the keeper is quite aware of the danger. Comes out to collect.
Anticipated quite well.
Oh, he gets by a challenge, Mackenzie. Looking for Page. No, at the back post. Oh, my word. How has he missed that one?
That's the critical moment that Page, and I just mentioned that he had to be patient. He has to concentrate.
It wasn't Page. It went by Page and towards the back post. And that was Fabian.
Is it?
No, it's Anthony Brown who was there. Anthony Brown at the back post. My oh my. That's beautifully worked by Mackenzie on the left.
Left the defender for dead there. And that's what Clarendon will have to be mindful of. Being hit on the counter.
Well, what a twist that would have been if Old Harbour took the lead there through a man who hasn't been on the score sheet all season.
I think they'll take it from anyone today.
They would, wouldn't they?
But that could just be their moment.
Oh, Walker with a burst of speed. Daly calling for it. Plays it behind Daly. Brown is back there with the clearance. And Page looking for options. And that wasn't the best one in losing it to Ellis.
Didn't see a lot of green shirts showing themselves for it.
Tajay Brown. Lamar Walker now. Brian Cole on him like white on rice on that occasion. Cornell College now leading Charlemont by 3-1. We can assure you that 3 goals weren't scored in 2 minutes, but it's just the update as we get them.
Cornell is a very good team this season. They are one of the unbeaten teams still in this competition. But would you believe we would be saying that now after 25 minutes that the best scoring chance
went to Old Harbour?
Exactly.
Panton. Fowler is back there, gives up the corner.
I think that's what you look for as a coach with your game plan. You know it's going to be a lot of work for you defensively. You're going to be under the clutch a lot throughout this game. It is those moments that you want to take those chances. You want to be able to put the pressure on the opponent because you know those chances are going to be far and few.
That's not a bad delivery here. The keeper reacted late and it's headed away from off the line by the Old Harbour defence.
It's a wall of green there. And resolute.
Not sure if Manny Alwood knew a lot about that one. Again, I don't like when my keepers collect the balls
so
low.
Yeah, you have a better chance when it's higher up. But Simpson didn't time his jump well. He was up, he was coming down while the ball was approaching him.
Fowler. Garwood trying to send that one long. The sun is back with us, but the rain is still here. More than one battle going on right now.
I don't think we're seeing a lot of good ideas, creative ideas coming from this Clarendon College team in the final third. Finding it difficult to break down this defensive shape here.
Walker to Daly. Probably a little bit too slow for my liking, Clarendon College.
Too, when you get in the final third to unlock a well-organized defense, you feel you have to move quicker.
Yeah.
One touch, two touch.
Tajay Brown, the captain, to Ellis. And couldn't provide the return ball, Ellis. Ellis is free. Gets by another defender. And again, the final delivery was so poor. Daly was screaming for it. And just didn't get the service there.
No end product there. And that was, as some would say, it's an embarrassment, an attempt of an assist. did all the hard work getting into the box, driving in there, and the final touch just not there. And it has been a story for Clarendon College so far, unable to find that final touch.
I almost forgot that today was a weekday because of the size of the crowd here.
A lot of employers might be upset.
Harbour coming forward, trying to. Nicky Daly used his hand there. He lost it.
Bounce was favourable for him because I think he would have gotten into a lot of more trouble having allowed it to bounce like that.
Stoddard finds Panton. Foul out with the diving challenge there.
And he has done a bulk of his work in his half. I can't remember Fowler getting into the other half unless it was for a corner. But in previous matches we've seen him as a defender getting forward. Not so today. It's been a disciplined display by him.
Good work by Walker. Granville calling for it, but he found Daly. And then it's banged upfield by Old Harbour High. But another yellow wave will come forward, or at least they'll try.
It's difficult, and even for the big teams internationally, the good teams, they find it difficult. It's not an easy thing to do, even with good players, to break down a team when you have 10 or 11 players behind the ball. I mean, space is very tight.
It's like Manchester United every week, right?
Well, before they're scored on. A different animal when they're scored on. It's certainly very difficult. And they're going to have to remain patient. This Clarendon College team, we saw it with steps in the first game. It took them way into the second half to break the deadlock.
Panton, Walker, or Granville rather. Now it's with Walker. With a no-look ball to Nicky Daly.
Ronaldinho pass.
Daly trying to get by a second defender. He has to pace Nicky Daly, and he managed to reach that ball before the keeper. Tried to poke it around him, but couldn't quite find the target there in the end.
You have to give Kimani Hallwood a lot of credit there because he read it quite well, anticipated quite well. And once his last defender got beaten, he was quick off his line and smothered the attack.
Lamar Walker.
Something Ronaldinho would have been proud of.
Jackie Walters actually spotted his talent before he was 10 years old, I believe. And actually encouraged him to go to Clarendon College a few years back, Lamar Walker.
That was a good spot. Close call there, I felt. Just a little bit excessive with the force. And so we have a free kick here for Old Harbour. These are the moments in the game where you think they put a lot of effort into, and they'll be banking heavily on these set pieces.
Here's a free kick. Not the best by Mackenzie. But Clarendon College clearing quickly. They had to.
It wasn't the best free kick, but it did manage to cause some panic in the defence.
The challenge there was late. Free kick to Old Harbour.
Not the calmness that you've come to expect for the Clarendon College team at the back. Seen a few rash challenges. All he needed to do was to get goal side.
2 fouls apiece.
By no means a dirty game or physical one compared to the first that we saw here.
Fowler has decided to leave set piece duties to Donovan Clark. 3 goals to his name so far for Clark. Drives this one across. The 2 players were waiting on it, couldn't get a touch on it. Jay Page and Michael McKenzie.
That one had interest on it. It was really a good kick. The goalkeeper wasn't quite sure. He was worried. Beautiful strike with the left foot.
Coach McGee can't believe his luck. His game plan is working to a T right now. They've had the best chances in this one.
You'd be so very surprised, but yes, it is. They have had it.
Not a bad turn by Nicky Daly. Daly, fantastic save. That was purely reflex by Kimani Allwood.
That's all reflex. He needed every neuron of his body to fire there, and it did.
Daly was so close. So close to getting his 15th goal this season. But Allwood stuck out the leg and denied him. Fantastic save.
Wonderful. It's as if Daly heard you saying that Harbour had the better chances. He came up with that, but Allwood stood firm.
McIntosh now looking for that extra yard of space. It's with Ellis. Ellis was trying to find Daly, and Old Harbour clearing up towards the halfway line. CC will try again.
You feel that they would be used to this type of thing. We look at the Lennon team that was in their zone in the early rounds, and Lennon is somewhat like this Old Harbour team in being very organised and stingy. But they did manage to get goals past them.
Ellis switching the play to his captain. It's a chance, sure, for McIntosh! Blocked off the line. How much closer will they come? Another chance here. It's a corner kick now. Walker denied on that occasion.
And that was Fowler. He was well positioned on the line. Goalkeeper beating all ends up, but he was there. And that's what you want from your defenders, to anticipate. He was well positioned.
Yes, he was.
And in the rain, the execution of the clearance was quite good, because it could have spooled out.
Corner kick again, saved off the line. Incredible stuff. And Earl Simpson again close to getting his second goal. The rain is coming harder, and so too the knocking by Clarendon College. What a save that was by Prince. Off the line, headed over the bar. Here it comes again. CC pressing. It's with Ellis. Robbed of the ball, it will go the other way. Old Harbour trying to counter. That was a poor ball. It would have been 2 against 1 on that occasion.
Yeah, you see that. That's the moment. Those are the moments Old Harbour will have to take. They have to be better in possession. The transition for them has to be better. But you feel this Clarendon College team have the ability to just go up a gear.
Well, they're probably having some transmission issues at the moment as they try to go into the attacking third. What a touch by Nicky Daly. Cuts inside. Fowler again with the challenge. And the referee points to the spot.
He's pointing for the handball, not the challenge. I think when he's gesticulating there that it came off the hand of Fowler. It was a good challenge initially from Fowler, and there he's showing. Let's have a look at it here. I mean,
where's the handball?
Just at his elbow. there. I mean, that's just so harsh.
Oh, come on.
I mean, and it's not in an unnatural position. How do you fall with your hand not, I mean, going down to try and break the fall? I mean, that to me is a gift.
Incredible call.
As if Clarendon College needs any gift.
I really cannot believe that call. But Clarendon College with an opportunity to go ahead in this contest. Allwood, can he make the save here?
He's shown good reflex so far, so let's see if he needs every ounce of it now.
CC with the gift. Will they accept it? Duran Panton looking for his second goal this season from 12 yards. To send CC ahead over Old Harbour. He buries it. But he has to take it over because we needed more drama.
And let's see the mental status of this player now.
Will he go the same way again? Pantani, it's deja vu. And CC go ahead. They received the gift. And they go 1-0 ahead in this one from 12 yards with Panton getting a second this season.
I think it's really harsh here, and that penalty call really undone all the hard work this whole Harbour team has put in. They've repelled everything that Clarendon College has thrown at them, and to go down by a goal like that, for a penalty given like that, it's really hard, and I disagree with the referee on that one.
That's the softest penalty I've ever seen in my life.
And you've been doing this for a long time.
Well, not so long, but you know. Well, how do they regroup after this, Old Harbour?
Better not let the floodgates open.
You know, sometimes scorelines don't tell the entire story.
No, it doesn't. Not all the time.
Now, Clarendon College, they don't really have to press. Comfortable on the ball with the scoreline, knowing that Old Harbour, they are not inclined to get out of their own half.
Well, Old Harbour is quite comfortable with this. I mean, they're goal down, but they're thinking, okay, it's the first half, and why not keep it at 1-0 and give ourselves a chance? So you notice they're not even coming. There's not one player over the half.
Nicky Daly got a knock to his face. Tajay Brown, Ellis, Walker. Lamar Walker's effort is high and wide.
Well, in their defence, Clarendon College will want to tell you that they've had a few chances and should have gone ahead. But that was just too easy and too soft. I think it took away from the excellent challenge that Fowler had. I mean, his first challenge there was just well timed. That's the problem for Hull Harbour. We've said it over and over. They will sit back, they will defend, but when they get the ball, it's here you go and come at us again, Clarendon College. Not much to cheer about at the moment.
Panton. I almost get the impression that the wind has been knocked out of the game slightly.
Yes, you want to feel like it should have been Old Harbour on the score sheet, and you think this game would be well alive. But they're not going to show much industry, this Old Harbour team. I mean, have you seen this? The team has gone down a goal, but they're not interested in the final third. It's not a spectator's dream, but you can see what Clarendon College is doing here. But judging by their coach, he said he likes his team to entertain.
Right now it's a training session for Clarendon College. Nicky Daly on the run. Walker makes his way up. Gets a return ball. Beautifully worked. Walker inside the box. That looked more like a penalty than the first.
I was about to say that, Donald. But sometimes they say they try to even it out.
Sometimes, yeah.
I think even the crowd believes so. It's patient work by this Clarendon College team, and so often we see them pass it around the back and then they just go bang with a ball up front, and they are in that final third. As they pass it around, the attackers are busy searching for space. I don't think Clarendon would have had it as easy as this. Here we had it.
Granville wasn't expecting Fowler to miss. And he apologized for not being more industrious there than anticipating.
And we start over again.
Ball played to Nicky Daly, who's offside.
But that's what they're trying to do, Clarendon. The fact that Old Harbour does not want to come out of their half, because they're going to try and pass it around and hope that the players for Old Harbour either don't move into position or switch off and create an opening, and then the final pass comes from deep. That's the first offside they set the game. Fully shown.
That's it for the first half. Clarendon College with the lead after 45 minutes. And they got it from the penalty spot, with Duran Panton getting his second goal of the season after they were given a penalty. Old Harbour 0, Clarendon College 1 after 45 minutes, with Panton's penalty kick in the 40th minute separating both teams.
It was sort of an anticlimax the way that they went ahead, and that soft way you would expect them to rip this Old Harbour defence apart and get the goal, but I think they won't mind. They're a goal hub, and a goal to the good.
White, assistant coach of Old Harbour High School. Dwight, did you see that penalty just now, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yes, it's unfortunate, but the referee decision is final, so we've got to go back to the video and see what really happened there.
You're playing very defensively. Surely you have a game plan in mind. What is that?
Well, it's a game plan. We just try to have to prevent Clarendon College from playing through the middle of the park to their three main suppliers, and I think we should be good from there.
2 shots on target. Do you think you should have had a goal to your name so far?
Definitely. We need to capitalize on our chances, because during a football game, chances come very few, so we have to capitalize on them as soon as we get them.
Thank you, Dwight.
Thank you.
Richard Palmer is the team manager for Clarendon College. Richard, 1-0 at halftime. Do you think you should have had a couple more goals?
Well, I think so, but the ball is round. I mean, it don't go as planned. But it's a good game so far.
Are you pleased with the boys and what they've been doing? Have they been taking out the instructions that were given to them?
Well, I think so. Based on what the coach is telling, I see them doing some of it. It will never be 100%, but I think 75%.
Old Harbour is behind the ball a lot, but you have a potent attack. Do you think you can continue to break them down?
Well, we're taking it in strides. With God, all things are possible.
Thank you, Richard.
Blessed love.
All right, Richard Palmer, their team manager of Clarendon College, who currently lead Old Harbour High 1-0. This is the quarterfinals of the Warner Da Costa Cup, and we're at Juicy Field. This season, what's so special about them?
Because with tactic, how we coach, teach the team, everything is up and running. Every player, well disciplined, good program, big coach, big team, CEC from Chapelton, up and gunnings.
Why do you support Clarendon College?
Because I'm from Clarendon, and I say the best team in a Clarendon for the past couple of years. Yeah, very excellent football, yeah.
Why are you supporting Clarendon College today?
Because it's my alma mater and it's the best schoolboy football in Jamaica.
What's Clarendon College school motto?
Per stare et spre stare means persevere and excel.
All right. What do you guys think the final score will be today?
5. 3 love.
5 love.
5 love? Whoa.
5. Richie does. Big up.
All right. This was the water break brought to you by Water in the Stands with the Clarendon College family. They're all predicting a 5-0 win to the school from Chapelton. All right, we're
good. Sorry.
All right, we take a quick break. When we return, we have second half action. This is a schoolboy football competition, the Da Costa Cup here at Juicy Field.
Welcome back to the Juicy Field in Clarendon. Old Harbour against Clarendon College. Clarendon College leading by a 1-0 thanks to Duran Panton's strike in the 40th minute of play. And the Clarendon College gifted, I would think, a penalty in the 39th minute, and it was converted by Panton. Judged to have been a handball by the Old Harbour skipper, Malawi Fowler, while he was on the ground. What's your take on it?
I honestly believe it was a soft one. The only credit you're going to give the referees that he saw it in real time, and we had a chance to look at it a few times, but the more you look at it, the more you feel it wasn't a penalty.
Even the first time, even the first time.
I'm trying to find some excuse for the referee.
Okay.
But very soft. And Old Harbour will feel hard done by that, because they really were resolute, they really were organised, and for a team, the highest ranked team left in the competition and heavily installed favourite, they really did well for 40 minutes or so to thwart them, and to be behind through that goal really must be hard. And I think the coach would have spent a lot of time at half-time trying to lift those players.
They've been sitting back in the first half, but then when they countered, they also looked pretty dangerous. Do you suspect that that's what they'll continue to do in the second half?
I think that's it, because they know their strength and their weakness. They know they cannot match this Clarendon College team player for player, so they're going to bide their time, be resolute just the same, and look to try and get those spot kicks or free kicks, and also on the counter to try and nick one in this one.
So we're ready for the start of the second half. The referee's ready. And we're on the way. I suspect it will be much of the same in terms of Clarendon College controlling time and managing the game with their possession-based football.
They had, what, 80-something% possession in the first half?
Close, yeah.
87, yeah.
82%, yep.
Still staggering.
See, though, Old Harbour inching a little bit closer to them, going further in the attacking third when they're off the ball. But it's going to be moments like this when they have the possession. What will they do? How will they transition? Will they be effective? Prince to Mackenzie. Can't afford to lose the ball like that, Fowler.
See, there's one thing to be organised and be behind the football, but you're going to have to try and put pressure. You're going to have people stepping up to put pressure where the football is.
Sanjay Williams now. Tajay Brown. Anthony Brown. Walker picks it up for Clarendon College. Looking for the run of Ellis, that is. No, that's actually McIntosh finding Walker again. Inside now to Nicky Daly. I think he was trying to flick it to Granville, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely. He's trying a fancy thing there.
Ellis. Now it's with Sanjay Williams. Nicky Daly. Tajay Brown sending this one inside. Mix up at the back, and Granville is there. There's a flag on the play, and it goes, the call goes against Granville.
It's difficult for this Clarendon College team to find space. You're just looking at the shot there, and it was tight. But then the defenders almost gifted another goal.
Well, he was being held back, Jane Brennan, on that occasion by Granville. And the referee spotted it.
This looked also like it was a handball.
You mean a real one?
A real one. It's going to be hard to get over that one. You can imagine the Old Harbour players
trying to play that one through the middle for Mackenzie. Kenroy Stoddard, the only player outside of the keeper not to score for Clarendon College this season as yet, but there is still time.
Still time, and you get the feeling maybe if they get a team that they're having a lot of goals, they might just give him a penalty if they win one.
Tajay Brown trying to find Walker, couldn't gather that one cleanly. Donovan Clark to Michael Mackenzie. Mackenzie couldn't get by Earl Simpson.
Forgot that he needed the ball. He's been without it so much, so used to not playing with it. He ran left.
He ran left it. That's a delightful ball, almost just too far in front of Roderick Granville.
Just needed a little bit more diagonal. Was it just a bit too straight? But you're so right, as you said in the first half. You think Clarendon College could just move this football a lot quicker. But despite the goal, only a goal, it's been easy for them.
Page has little support with him at the moment.
He turned about 3 times and there was still no player ahead of him.
Kenroy Stoddard to Duran Panton to Lamar Walker. McIntosh finding Panton. Panton's delivery inside the box. Not clear properly. Brown trying to get there. Cleared only as far as Lamar Walker. Walker. Class. Delivery inside. Cleared away. Beautiful deft touch by Brown to Williams. Williams across the box. Brown trying to pick it up. It's a big chance! What a save! Denying Granville. Kimani Alwood, oh my goodness me. Granville's third chance to get on the score sheet today. And what a save by Kimani Alwood.
That one had goal written all over it. And he looked like he just hit it wide. I mean, you felt you were looking for the net to bulge.
I thought the keeper got a touch.
But he didn't. He just hit it wide. He curled himself like the Valderrama of old, but too much curl on it. And a chance at the other end. But Clarendon College should have been 2-0 up. A few attempts we've seen from this Harbour High team today.
Nice turn by Daly.
Harbour, you see them with about 4 players in the opponent's half. It's the most they've had for a long time. J. Page coming out, Tariq Gordon in. So Harbour. And that's what we've seen from Fowler. Before this, he would be in the other half looking to distribute. I think that's strict instruction he has gotten, that if he gets forward, just distribute it from his own half. They don't want to leave a lot of space in behind for this Clarendon College team to run into.
Fowler. Gordon with his first touch. He's looking for a second touch. Fowler. Not the best pass from him. Just brilliant by Walker. Pass should have been much better though. Nice by Tajay Brown, the captain.
Turning on the styles, Clarendon College.
Jabel Ellis. Brown. Ellis. Is it Tanton there with the shot?
A wasteful move, a wasteful shot after such lovely football. Beautiful. But that's the danger for Old Harbour. We saw earlier with the transition of Clarendon College from defence to attack. If they get a little bit more expansive in their play, that's where they could suffer. One team's adventure could become a reward for another. Allwood has been good today. There's nothing he could have done about the penalty, but he has come up big for this Old Harbour team to keep them in the game so far.
Here's a corner for Clarendon College at the near post, and Allwood saw it all the way, made the punch. Panton again decides to go back post over the bar.
Saw his intention there. It was a good effort. You know what he was trying to do. He was trying to curl it in the top corner. Just a little bit under it too much.
Then he's back to do some defensive work. Fowler on a run.
A rare sight.
He just about had enough.
He knew that he had vacated the space behind him, so by all means necessary he was going to stop that attack.
And that actually should have been a yellow card, I feel.
For sure, for sure. It's more a rugby type tackle.
Daly, Walker.
I think it was Daly that was initially in the offside position.
Yeah, I would think.
Walker is a good talent. He's in a good position.
Battling hard there. Ellis.
And Walker has been the main antagonist for this team here. He's been everywhere. Almost everything seems to come through him.
Nice move by Ellis.
And the evidence of what we've seen here, I think a lot of other teams would now want to think or believe as well. It's not as clear-cut as some would want to believe that this Clarendon College team is just going to run away with this title. Some people will feel that they're a lot closer to them than someone's making out to be.
Walker committed the foul there, Ellis. Just barging into Grinnan.
Is he anticipating a challenge? He just jumped away from the ball.
Grinnan had to grin and bear that one.
Seemed to be in a lot of pain, and he fell badly on his wrist. But despite their winning, there's not much happening out there to excite them, the Clarendon College supporters. I guess the technical director is getting one half of his wish, which is to win games, but the other half, which he wants to entertain, is not quite happening here today. To cheer about. I think they've cheered loudly, more so when Hull would have made a couple of saves.
Keeper was well aware on that occasion and needs some assistance. Didn't get kicked there.
Might have been from the on-rushing attacker. Nothing malicious there.
Yeah, it was just clipped by Anthony Brown.
Still managed to keep the ball in the box.
Appears to be okay after that graze. Walker. And that was the corner kick quickly and does. Tajay Brown. Delightful delivery, but Nicky Daly couldn't jump high to meet it properly.
It was a better built up there from Clarendon College. I think they moved the ball quicker. Each player there not taking more than 2 touches off the ball. And that's what they have to do more in the attacking third.
Trying to attack that one. The ball just going probably slightly behind him.
Yes, it was, and was rising as well, so he couldn't get over it.
Johnny Russell has come on for Old Harbour.
They certainly need to change things up if they're going to get something out of this game. That's a very good cross into the box.
Brown, Walker, Ellis.
They're still in it, Old Harbour. You just need to create one good opportunity.
And I'm pretty sure that's what their game plan or the script that they came in with is all about. It seemed to have been soft.
It's been that kind of game.
Soft fouls, soft penalties.
Walker does well. Walker inside the box. Lamar Walker! Well, of course he had to be on the score sheet. Of course he had to make an impact. His 7th goal this season. Lamar Walker scores. And Clarendon College, one would think, now beyond Old Harbour, 2-0.
That was good work by him. He made that all his own. He robbed the defender. And once he got ahead of them, there was no catching him. And he just passed that one into the goal.
That's a quality finish.
It was a quality goal all round. His work rate to get to win that football and then to drive away from the defenders. And the finish, top it off. Emphatic. Well, that's more like the Clarendon that you've come to see.
Fowler has now gone further up the field, so he's been given more license to roam. Granville brought down.
And he was on a stroll.
In the meantime, Clarendon College made another change, with Andre Nicholson coming on instead of Ricardo McIntosh, who had a quiet game. Nicky Daly does really well. Daly! Oh, it's wide! Close to number 15. For Clarendon College, this is number 16.
That was neat footwork by him there. And that was almost goal number 50 for Clarendon in this competition. You almost expected the net to bulge there. Beautiful attacking play.
You would have been disappointed that that wasn't on target at least. Panton. Daly. Tashi Brown. Sanjay Williams with the overlapping run. Back to the right back, Sanjay Brown. Lamar Walker. Walker can strike it from distance, decides against it. Walker feeds Brown. Skewed it.
Walker would be saying to himself he should have had a go then if that's what Brown is going to do with it. But I think what that goal has done to this game is probably transform it into more of a proper footballing match where Old Harbour will now have to play because there's nothing to defend here. And I think that will ensure that we have a proper match towards the end.
Antonio Reid is getting ready to come on for Clarendon College. Replacing Roderick Granville. Didn't have a bad match. Granville had, I can remember, 3 good opportunities.
He was a constant threat in this game. And I think his coach would have been pleased with his work.
Poor era to give it up. Old Harbour trying to pounce, but then the poor touch.
They have not been crisp enough with the chances that has come their way. Old Harbour.
Ellis. Daly. Fabulous. Brilliant. Superb. What a finish by Nikhil Daly. That's his 15th this season. And he just showed his undiluted class. And Clarendon College, 3 goals, 3 points.
As we said, we expected that second goal to open the game up, and it certainly has. And this is why Old Harbour didn't want to play this type of game. That was an expression of perfection there. It's champagne football.
Non-alcoholic of scores for these youngsters.
Yes, for sure.
But it's a brilliant finish. The first time he has really lit up the afternoon, and he's enjoying it with his partner in crime.
Roger Miller would have been proud of that celebration.
Well, they say it only takes a spark to get a fire going, and the fire is going here at Juicy Field.
It is. It certainly has lit up the place here, those 2 goals for Clarendon College.
Panton driving past, looking for Daly. The clearance came off foul. It should be a corner. It is.
And what? That was Daly's 15th of the season?
Yep. Taken short. Walker to deliver.
Just overdid it there and sold his teammate short. But I think they're just turning on the styles now, this Clarendon College team. A moment ago we were saying that the supporters had nothing to cheer about. Well, in the space of a few minutes, they had 2 beautiful goals.
Daly, what a turn. Daly, what a finish. Again, brilliance. Absolutely brilliant. Clarendon College's number 16 gets his 16th this season. And they are running away with it. Stamping their class in this one. It's 4-0.
I mean, there's great appreciation for defending, but when you have that skill, boy, that is certainly, as we say here, it's Sports Mass, that's a class moment. And we're at Juicy Park, and Clarendon College is serving up some juicy football here.
Where was he all afternoon?
Oh, yes,
well, it doesn't matter. We give you Nikhil Daly.
And he matches his jersey number in goals of the season. 16. And to think that there's a player still ahead of him in this competition.
It's a rout at the moment for last year's finalist.
It's as if they heard me saying that on the evidence of thing, persons will be thinking that they're not runaway favourites.
And then they just added further evidence.
They just...
That said otherwise.
Well, I'm humbled by it. I'm pleasant the fact that they've proven me wrong, because this game needed to come to life.
Daly. He's trying to put on a show here. He is putting on a show. It's just wide of the target.
You just felt the hat-trick was coming there. If ever there was something about the icing on the cake, this is the last stanza of the game, and he's certainly turning on the styles.
Again showing his strength here, because Fowler is not easy to get away from. It took a deflection, which sent it wide. I reckon that was going into the far corner had it not been for that deflection.
And a game which seems to be just a soft dream for this whole Harbour team is turning into a nightmare.
This was the defense that was breached twice in 10 matches before this encounter.
Well, in the build-up to the game, we did, discussions. We were saying that it was going to be attack against defense, but we suspect that the ranking of 21 places between them, you got the feeling it could have been that sort of day.
And it turned out to be.
Well, we have to be careful not to further widen this floodgate. It's about damage limitation now.
Based on what we saw in the first half, if someone told me that Nicky Daly could have gotten a hat-trick in the second, I wouldn't have believed you.
Trust me. And that second, exquisitely done and perfectly executed.
The first wasn't half bad either.
Keeps outdoing himself. These old Harbour players will be seen Walker and Daly in their sleeves tonight.
Delightful ball inside. Daly wide of the target.
And he missed the easiest of the chances.
Almost as if he didn't expect it to bounce kindly for him inside the box. He had to think quickly there.
Yes, he was closed down. Fowler was there, providing a shield or distraction for him.
Johnny Dixon doesn't look too eager to come on for Old Harbour.
I would myself. I'm wondering what are you thinking as a player coming on, sitting out there, seeing what has been taking place. I mean, you're wondering what can you add to this. I mean, it was always going to be difficult for Old Harbour once they opened up and tried to play. I mean, and that second goal caused them to do that. But you knew at that moment there was going to be problems.
Committing the foul there, Ellis.
They often say, you hear the coaches say the goals changed the game. They were doing quite well, and I think they'll go back to say that first goal really played into the hand of Clarendon College so that they could play their game and force Old Harbour to dish their game plan.
But then a few minutes later, Lamar Walker, we felt, was brought down inside the box, and that penalty wasn't called. But then again, the dynamic of the game had already changed, I suppose.
Yes.
If it was 0-0, they probably wouldn't have dared to challenge him
in that way.
Yep. Having a score update here. Manchester absolutely mauling St. James. It's 4-0 the score now.
And that's what I was saying earlier. The St. James team, they were beaten twice by Cornwall.
Ellis does well to win that one. Walker trying to switch the play.
So can you imagine a Clarendon College or Manchester will not be going through to the semis?
Wow. Well, there's still Ben Francis Cup to play for.
True.
And of course the top two will go on to play in the Champions Cup.
Yes.
Which I hear isn't a bad tournament to win.
Based on what you get. The financial rewards are good.
Brown, too much on it for Antonio Reid to get there in time, but Sanjay Williams, if he figures out where the ball is. Ellis. They have quality around the park, I feel. Clarendon College. Williams.
You spoke about the fact that only the goalkeeper has not scored.
Yeah.
So that emphasizes it.
That's a beautiful ball by Williams to his skipper. Brown. Almost. Almost.
Paula wasn't having any of that. He came and made sure his legs were closed.
He's a trainer at heart, the head coach of Clarendon College.
Yes, he is. He is. So you expect that this team will go the distance anytime. They will play the full 90 minutes.
Corner kick delivered inside. Straight from the corner flag. Durham Panton gets his third this season. 2 set pieces. But he doesn't care. His second of the game. And Clarendon College with the 5-0 advantage.
That was so soft for them. I think the defender and the goalkeeper got in each other's way. Well, in the end it was good execution. You're overcritical. You think the goalkeeper should have done better. And in the blink of an eye, we're 5.
This match, which we expected to be a little bit closer than it is turning out to be. Ellis. Ellis. Trying to find Daly. He'll try again. Walker is on the end of this. Panton.
He was never going to pass that one.
And it ran out into touch. So who's your man of the match?
It's really...
It depends on if this guy gets a hat-trick, right? It's Daly, wide of the target.
But he's created so much and caused so much panic in this whole Harbour defence. He's antagonized them all game long. I mean, Panton has had 2 goals as well. And it speaks to the quality of this Clarendon College team that you could have 3 MVPs. But you have to look. And Walker has not had a bad game himself.
Was Daly just taken off? I believe he was. Yep, Norland Beckford is on for him. So Beckford replaces Daly. He won't get his hat-trick today. And Ellis has had a really good game as well. Jaqueen Rose is his replacement.
So I want to think, for me, it's between Walker and Daly. I think we have time for more goals in this one.
For you to make up your mind? A Panton hat-trick probably?
You're reading my mind. Didn't know you were a mind reader.
It's a side job. Walker. Distribution on point almost. Won by the substitute Beckford. Walker. Rose. A blooming pass. But the finish left a lot to be desired. Antonio Reid disappointed there not to be on the score sheet.
That had goal written all over it. That should have hit the back of the net, and worst, it didn't even work the goalkeeper. Poor execution there. Look at the pass on a plate. He didn't have to take a touch except for the one that shoot at goal. He's praying to the heavens, wouldn't allow it to come down. But what do you feel about Walker and his game today?
I think he has been superb. Even before Daly came to the party, he'll try again to get on the score sheet. It's cleared off the line. What else does Brown have to do to make his mark on this game?
Probably needed a goal line technology there, but yeah, he didn't cross the line, but that was last. Desperately trying to prevent 6.
Yeah, anything but 6 is probably what they're saying right now. And Tajay Brown is on it. Sends it out wide. Reed. Get the throw for his team.
They want this final whistle to come for Harbour.
Ball sent across. It's a goal kick. Zaheen Rose there.
I saw a shot of Prince a while ago, both hands on hip. He's totally out of gas. And it's not from running forward.
Never knew you could lose so much gas by just reversing, but apparently yes. But that's the type of game that most of the Old Harbour players have been playing today. Mostly in their own half and chasing. Brown. Or Reed rather, to Brown. Williams now.
You feel that's the only motivating factor here for this Clarendon College team is to try and get 6.
Brown nods it to Rose. Panton. Walker. Walker with a return pass. Walker. Oh my goodness. Beautiful touch. With the exception of that.
It's very often in this game that Walker has laid it on a platter for his teammates and they've let him down.
Apparently, head coach Junior Samuels was sent from off the bench because we're hearing downstairs that he was disrespectful to the referee. Not sure why that would be the case.
5-0 up. Showboating maybe?
Clarendon College, here they come again. It's Rose sending it out wide. Reed.
I think at this stage I'd want to feel like Walker for me, because when I think about it, before the floodgates open and when it was only 1 goal in it, he was the man who was dictating the pace. He was the man who was ensuring that Clarendon College kept a lion's share of possession and created stuff.
And then he got that critical second goal.
Exactly. So for me, Walker is the MVP.
I can't argue with that. That's the thing. I can't argue against that at all.
And it speaks volume about what he has done, that the players who have scored 2 goals. But his link-up play, his involvement, and as I said earlier, he's been involved in everything that Clarendon has going forward that has been good.
So just 3 minutes of time to be added on. Some spectators decide to leave.
Beat in the rush, maybe. The heavy traffic. This will go a long way in sending a statement for Clarendon College here. In the second round, it was 5. They have a habit now of scoring 5 in the busy end of the campaign. Was it 5 in the 2 legs?
Unanswered.
So they're impressive at the back, but they are overly impressive going forward. President of the Jamaica Football Federation, Clarendonian.
Very much so.
You will be pleased with today's proceeding.
Was at the head of the Clarendon Football Association for many years.
And this parish has produced a lot of good players.
Delightful ball, but just eluding Narland Beckford. The Clarendonians will be proud of this generation of footballers, especially those coming from Clarendon College. What a team.
It is a juggernaut of a team. They head the list of Clarendon teams into this quarter-final round.
On the play, so going against Tajay Brown. Well, everything can't go their way, right?
Can't, but what is good for Old Harbour is that they may avoid the 6.
We have some seconds to go in this one.
And this kind of team is quite capable of scoring goals in seconds.
There you go. But that should be that, I think. They may even get one themselves. Nope. Not today.
It's never on the cards today.
Flag goes up for offside. So the final kick coming up. And the Clarendon College with the win here. Just getting an update into leading Petersfield by a 1-0.
It ended up being a lot closer than I thought it would have been.
I'm not sure it's finished actually. It's still in progress.
Okay.
But we're finished here. Sizzling satisfaction. Clarendon College. They have served up a dish. It was supposed to have been close based on statistics, but Lamar Walker marshaled his troops well, especially from the middle of the park. Panton with a double, Daly with a double, and Clarendon College proving their worth yet again with a fabulous performance. As the quarter-final round begins, they make their mark in a big, big way. And they open up with a comfortable victory at Juicy Field. Old Harbour High 0, Clarendon College 5. Clarendon College, they have been a delight. Although many felt that they were gifted this penalty, it was ruled handball. Fowler landing on it and Panton putting it away from 12 yards. No problems there. Alwood couldn't get a touch. Then Walker, industrious in the middle of the park, providing a sweet finish there. in the 66 minutes of play, getting his 7th this season, and CC 2-0 up. He enjoyed it. And then for a while we were treated to the Nicky Daly show. Daly making that space. It's not the first time we're seeing him do that. Beating his defender and applying the finish there. Fabulous football. That was his 15th this season and he loved it. CC 3-0 up. And then getting rid of Fowler. And then look at that finish. CC's number 16 getting his 16th. And Clarendon College 4-0 up over Old Harbour. Wasn't quite finished. Panton to get his 2nd of the game straight from the corner in the 82nd minute of play. His 3rd goal this season. Was it a fluke? You decide. What wasn't a fluke was the victory. 5-0. Take a look at the full-time statistics here. Old Harbour with 5 good attempts, 2 on target. Clarendon College with 34 attempts, 18 on target. They committed 6 fouls. Old Harbour with 5. 3 offsides against Old Harbour, 2 against Clarendon College, who had 8 corners as well as 78% of the possession.
Our MVP today is the little magician Lamar Walker, who scored his 7th goal for Clarendon College today. Congratulations, Lamar. How do you feel about your performance?
I feel very good about my performance today.
Now, how do you feel about this group that you've been drawn in and your prospects of getting out?
This group is kind of hard because I saw Manchester and St. James playing. They're playing good football, but we just have to stick to what we coach telling us and go out there and do the job.
Thank you. All the best.
Thanks.
Sportsmax MVP Lamar Walker. Joining me now is Uriel McGee, head coach of Old Harbour High School. Coach, 5-0 on the day. Your defense was broken down today. Thoughts?
Well, we play a superior team today, Clarendon College. That's after them. They're a superior bunch. It's a learning process for most of our players. They really played well today still, although we got the 5-0. But Clarendon College was much the better team today.
You go up against St. James High next. What's the plan?
Hopefully we can rebound for that 2nd game against St. James High, and then we take it from there. But congrats to Clarendon College again. They were a super bunch today. Hats off to Clarendon College.
Thank you, Coach. All the best.
Thanks very much.
Uriel McGee, their head coach of Old Harbour High. Joining me now is the technical director of Clarendon College, Lenworth Teacher Hyde. Congratulations, 5-0. Your thoughts on this game?
Well, it was a good game. I think the Old Harbour team came with a plan. They had numerous players behind the ball, so we had to keep possession of the ball and move it side to side, which we did properly until the last minute of the first half to score a goal. You know, we were patient today. We showed discipline on the field and we waited until the chances created and we finished them.
In your sights next, Manchester High School, how do you plan, prepare and execute that one?
Well, we have about 3 days or 2 days to prepare for that game. You know, it's normal training, get back on the drawing board and fix what we need to fix today. One concern I have, we're taking too long to get that goal, but when we have possession of the ball, anything can happen, and I think that's our forte this season. We want to keep the ball every time, and we are creating chances and we are finishing them also, so we just have to be patient and be disciplined right through the 90 minutes.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Lenny Teacher Hyde, their technical director of Clarendon College, who defeated Old Harbour High convincingly 5-0 today. Let's take a look at what we have coming up for you on Sportsmax.